Welcome to my Flosstube channel, XO Needle in the Hay. XO, my name is Annie, and this is a channel all about my personal cross-stitch endeavors. Today is June 8th, I believe, 2026. It has been about 2 weeks since I've last seen you. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for stopping in. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope that you like what you see, and to everyone, thank you so much for inviting me into your living room and to be with you while you stitch. I hope that I can keep you good company today. I have finishes, whips, plans, and a teeny tiny bit of vintage haul and maybe a little bit of new haul to show you. I'm gonna jump right in with my finishes. My first finish is actually not a cross stitch project. If you will indulge me, it is an embroidery project. I believe in my last Flosstube, I talked about this embroidery kit that I got from Lindy Stitches because I have always wanted to learn how to embroider, but it's a little intimidating for me. I felt like I needed a little bit of help, and this kit seemed perfect because the fabric that comes with the kit has printed on it practice areas for these specialty stitches that you learn for this kit. So this swan motif here requires 6 of these stitches that you learn to complete it. So with the instructions and with this fabric in hand, I was able to learn my stitches and complete the swan. I will put up a picture of what it looked like before I FFO'd it, because I actually decided to cut out the swan motif and finish it as an ornament. And here is my ornament right here. I loved how this turned out. It was so much fun to stitch. It was really liberating for me to not have to keep referencing a pattern. Everything that you need is printed right on the fabric for you. So it was really great to, watch TV without my stitching setup and my pattern in the way like I normally have. Let me show you the backing fabric. This is something I had in stash that I got from Joann's back in the day when it was open. And this trim here was gifted to me by Rogue Mama Stitcher, Amber. It was actually, I have them here somewhere. Here's one. It's a felt frame, and I actually snipped it open so that I could better wrap it around my round ornament, and I think it just worked out perfectly. It was a Christmas themed pack. They're somewhere on my desk here. So there was green, red, and white. I'm sorry, I can't find the red one. I'm not sure where Amber got it, but it's so sweet. And I'm so happy I got to use it on this. I think it's just perfect. I actually had so much fun doing this that I got another embroidery kit that I will show you during the haul portion of the video. Next up is actually another kit. I think that I mentioned it in my last Flosstube. I'm just making it look pretty for you. It is the Turtle Needle Book by Old Colonial Designs, I believe is the name. And I got it at Spring Mingle. Here we go. Look at how cute. Let me show you this side first. So one side says slow, the other side says steady, just as a reminder to myself. I actually altered the pattern. The original pattern reads pins on one side and needles on the other, but I thought I would leave myself a little slow and steady message to go along with the turtles. The kit comes with everything you see here, the fabric, the charm, the floss, the ribbon, the felt, the interfacing, and also this turtle thread keep. How cute is that? I actually replaced the lining fabric just because I don't know. I had this in stash and I wanted to use it, but it does come with fabric for you to use. How cute is that? Oh, and also on this, I learned some specialty stitches. So there are two different types of eyelets. I don't know if you can see an eyelet here for these flowers and also these eyelets over here. That was so much fun to learn. So in the last 2 weeks, I learned 7 specialty stitches. So the 6 here and the eyelets here. Well, maybe 8 because this is 2 types of eyelets. So 6 stitches in this kit and 2 stitches in this kit. How cute is this? These are currently sold out on Lindy Stitches, but I know that we are waiting on another batch. So teeny tiny. There is some over 1 stitching in here. Okay, those are my 2 kits that I finished. Let me show you, I have a lot of little finishes. Let me show you my next finish. You may have seen me working on this vintage banding before. Prior to today, I had the pear and the mug done, but I just put in the slice of strawberry cake to commemorate the Strawberry Moon Sal this month, hosted by Marjorie Made Stitches. This is done on vintage Zweigart banding in raw linen. I'm pretty sure it's 12 count. And if you don't already know, I'm sure you do, the pattern is from Cross Stitch Happy Days by Kyoko Maruka, which I'm pretty much obsessed with. In fact, my next finish is also from the book, and that is a June bug finish. Now, you probably remember that I started the month in April, so I have April, I have May, and now this is June, and this is done on 36 count fossil. I believe that's fiber on a whim with a called for DMC, and I'm doing 1/2 threads here. I forgot to say, did I mention that my banding is also the called for DMC? You know, when I first started these monthly stitches, I thought that I would be making a perpetual calendar. You know, I would flat finish it, hang it on a board, and then below it I would have the day and the date, and they would be switchable, changeable. But now that I have 3 of these months done, I think I may patchwork them together to make a band sampler, like 4 rows of 3 months. I am not quite sure. I am undecided, so I'm gonna keep them on the big pieces of fabric until I know what I want to do with them. I may not know until I'm done with all 12 months. So that is another start and finish. So far that's 1, 2, 3, and if you count the band sampler, that's 4 finishes. I have one more finish to show you. I am going to talk about it, but then I am going to cut it out of this Flosstube and insert it into a future one, because what I have to show you is actually a gift for a friend, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, now that we are done with my finishes, let's move on to works in progress, or WIPs. First one I have to show you is a sampler for Grace. It is the stitch along that I am hosting this year. It is hashtag Remembering Grace if you are following along. This is a design by Shaded Stitchery, and I just released the 4th of 24 assignments last week, and this is where we are now. Let me grab my handy dandy pointer. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this on a board There we go. That is now a lot easier to see. So, in this fourth installment, we completed all of the over 2 stitching on page 2. So that included the top border all the way to this star, and it included the top of our house here. Not only did we complete all of the over 2 stitching on page 2, but on page 3 we worked on our checkerboard border all the way to the corner and all the way down to the end of the page. There was no over 1 stitching for this assignment. So for anyone who is stitching along who might be a little bit behind, this is a really great time to catch up with this over 1 stitching portion up here. I know you can finish it, and you'll be so happy that you did before I release the 5th of 24 assignments next week. Isn't that so pretty? I am so excited to start filling in the middle here. I'm not sure where we're going yet in the next installment, but it's going to be hard to resist this house. It might just be this house. How pretty are these colors? It's coming together so beautifully. I would say that this assignment is the one where I really felt like the sampler came to life for me. Okay, that is my first whip. That is a sampler for Grace. This is done with all of the called for classic colorworks flosses. There's also a full DMC conversion. I am doing my sampler on 40 count Cafe au Lait by Zweigart, while the called for linen is 40 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. Okay, my next whip for you is Strawberry Thief. It is a kit by DMC, and I am doing this for that Strawberry Moon Sal, hosted by Marjorie Made Stitches. Please excuse my fraying Ada, but I did iron it for you today. I think the last time I showed you, it was pretty impromptu, so it had not been ironed. This is where I am so far. These colors are so bold and stand out so nicely. How pretty is that? I'm really striving for a finish this month. I've had this kit for a while now, and I started it in November. Put it away for until now. So let's go ahead and finish it this month for the Strawberry Moon Sal. It's so pretty. So this is a kit made by DMC that I picked up at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. I do believe that you can get this kit online at the DMC website, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty. Okay. My next stitch, I don't think that I have shown you before. Let me put it on the board here. This is Cicada by Boomerang Stitches. And ta-da! I chose to stitch this on 8 count orange Ada to try and make a groovy 70s pillow. This I restarted multiple times because I could not get the amount of strands correct. So I normally stitch pretty small and with 1 strand of floss, so this was really out of my comfort zone. I kept trying to just use, I think the first time I used 3 strands, that didn't look great. Then I used 4 strands, that still wasn't right. So I settled on 6 strands of floss for this 8 count Ada. But it's going very quickly now that I have the hang of it. This is about the length of the actual finish. This is the largest piece of orange 8 count that I could find. So we are really, really squeezing this cicada in here to make our pillow. I just really wanted like a 70s vibe pillow for my guest room that has a 70s vibe. Um, so that's my little start on this. Hopefully next time I see you, there'll be a lot more done than just the creepy cicada eyeballs. Okay. Next up is Delft House by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was a April Patreon. And I chose to do this in a grayscale. I'm so close to being done with page one. And once I'm done with page one, that is a quarter of the project. So you get an idea for how big this is. This is done on 40 count with Swan conversion. Again, I chose to do it in grayscale. But this square right here that you see is actually halfway across and halfway down. So it's exactly 1/4 of the pattern. I'm sorry, I'm not used to my mirror camera. There we go. That is going to be so pretty. Delft House by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I apologize, I don't think this is available anymore. I could be wrong because I know Liz is running her Patreons for 2 months now. So this might still be available. I'm not sure. Give it a try. Okay. Next WIP, maybe my last WIP. I might not need the board for this one. I don't. Let me fold this up. It's Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. Oh my gosh. This is 40 count raw linen that I painted polka dots on to make my own mini dots. I'm almost done with the first page. Look at her. This one is so much fun to stitch. I am using most of the called for colors. The white is Swan d'Alger, and I think I did substitute the red. I did not have ribbon red for Coffee and Eggs. I didn't realize that Sampler for Grace also uses ribbon red, so I had it in stash, but I didn't know it. So instead, I think I'm using tomato red. How cute is this? The only thing I changed, I think, is her bun color. I wanted her to have a black bun like I would have, and I know that I'm gonna give her black coffee like I would drink. This is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. Okay, that's actually all of my WIPs. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning up and come back to you with plans and a little bit of haul, including a vintage unboxing. Now for the plans portion of the video. This is just a really rough sketch of what I hope to start in the next few weeks. Things don't always go to plan, but it's always nice to say it out loud and help to make it happen. My first plan is to start the Ocean Blue Stocking by Kathy Barrick. My friend Samantha and I, Kansas City Samantha, are going to start this on June 17th. I need to pull my flosses and fabric for this. I am going to do the stocking and Samantha's going to do the sampler. We also stitched the Quaker Swan stocking and sampler together last year. So we're continuing on with that. If anyone wants to join us, we are starting June 17th. I do not have my flosses pulled yet. I know that I'm sure that it must be called for MPI with a DMC conversion. I'm going to use as much MPI as I have in stash, and if I don't have a specific color, I'll just convert to either another silk dyer or DMC. My main concern at this point is finding a piece of fabric in my stash that is long enough for the stocking. I really, really hope I have something already in stash for that. But I'm so excited to start this. I think this is a perfect summer start, don't you think? Ocean Blue Stocking and Sampler by Kathy Barrick to start on June 17th. To finish when we do not know. So that is one plan. Another plan I have is my last video I showed a bunch of kits that I have that I haven't started, and I was sort of lamenting the fact that I have such a big kit stash. So after my video, I thought, why don't I start a Mill Hill kit? Because I actually exclaimed in the video that I think I said I have more Mill Hill kits that I can finish in my lifetime, and that doesn't seem okay to me. So I'm going to start a Mill Hill kit. I have it in this tin here, and and de-stash some of my Mill Hill kits. They're mostly holiday themed, Halloween and Christmas, so I think I'm going to organize them into lots and then de-stash them on eBay. More on that going forward. But in this kit here, or in this tin here, I decided I would put whatever Mill Hill I'm working on at the moment in this tin and keep it by my stitching spot to work. I got this idea from Karen, KBH Stitches, sort of idea. She is so good about working on her Mill Hill stash. I think it's at least one a month that Karen finishes. So, I want to try and do that too. Thank you, Karen. And Karen, what if I sent you more Mill Hill kits, or are you trying to get to the bottom of that bag? I know that maybe you're already there. So what if I sent you more? Okay, anyway. In this kit, I am hoping to start the UFO one. Does this have a name? Just UFO. And I think I'm just gonna turn all of my Mill Hills into an ornament and just, stuff my Christmas tree, my cross stitch tree, with as many stitches as possible, whether or not they are Christmas themed or winter themed or seasonal, does not matter. Ooh, it comes with glow in the dark beads. I forgot that. I haven't started it yet, but I did separate all my threads. They are ready to go. I just punched out some cardstock. I separated my threads, and I have everything in here, including the instructions, ready to go in my stitching spot. So that is my second plan. And my last plan, it's actually not going to be happening for a while. It happens on July 18th through 19th. It's Midsummer Stitch, a Lindy Stitches virtual event. But I wanted to tell you about it today because the tickets go on sale this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are interested in attending a class, I would recommend getting your ticket sooner rather than later, in case you want to do any pre-stitching to be prepared for class. Pre-stitching is never required, but if you want to get some stitching done, it'd be a good idea to grab your ticket sooner rather than later. And tickets go on sale Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find information about all the virtual events at lindystitches.com. Can I show you the sweet sticker that came with my spring mingle order? How cute. And you might get one of these with your orders. It is a do not disturb sign, but the back of it has our virtual event dates. Okay, those are all my plans. Lastly, I would love to show you some vintage haul. There's actually one thing I haven't opened yet that I'll open with you. Okay, now that I'm looking at my stash, before I get to vintage haul, I wanted to show you the next embroidery kit that I got that I'm gonna do. I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but apparently those bees are going to be fuzzy. Look at that. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this with you. I haven't even opened it yet. Okay, look at this cute packaging. Adorable. Okay, inside we have floss, the embroidery needle, which is important. You might not have an embroidery needle yet because they're sharper than cross-stitch tapestry needles. And we have the printed on fabric. Let's see, let me put my board. Okay, so this is what we will be embroidering on. First, we're going to learn our specialty stitches. There are instructions that come with this, so it's not just these motifs here. You will get instructions on how to do the embroidery stitches, and then there's a reminder here of the step-by-step for each stitch and room to practice. And then once you have these stitches down and you're comfortable, you can go ahead here and start stitching the middle. I think I might try and make a needle book out of this finish. What do you guys think? I think I can get a needle book cut out of that. This is interesting. I don't know how we're gonna make those bees fuzzy. I wanted to look at the floss to see if there was fuzzy floss, but it's regular floss. So I'm so excited to learn how to make the fuzzy bees with just regular DMC here. Okay, that's piece of new haul I wanted to show you. Now let's get to vintage haul. The first thing I have is a Prairie Schooler that I have been looking for, book number 100, American Strawberries. Now, I am not much of a patriotic stitcher, but when it comes to these Prairie Schooler cardstocks, it doesn't matter. No matter what it is, I need it for my collection. I just checked my inventory and I'm 35 patterns short of a complete collection. That does not include the promotional cards or designer series, just the regular book numbers. How pretty. And I mean, I might not be into stitching these particular strawberries, but what's great is there are instructions in here and a template for how to make these strawberries. So that will be very useful to me, especially during Strawberry Moon Sal month. That's Prairie Schooler book number 100, American Strawberries. Okay, my next piece of vintage, I have not opened it yet. I took it out of the mailing box, but it's in the Ziploc bag. Are you ready? Can you guess? Can you guess what this is? Please don't judge me. But I had to have this. When I saw the listing on eBay, it is a turquoise pincushion with a teeny tiny handmade mouse on it. And I'm pretty sure that this mouse is, I don't know, made of fur. I don't think it's not a taxidermied mouse, I don't think. Is it? I don't know. I know it's, I have no idea why I'm drawn to this. I hit buy immediately. I didn't even read the description. I just thought she needs to belong to me. And I think we need to name her. And it looks like the seller also included Ooh, some really, really beautiful pins. Put this in here. Okay, well, thank you again for tuning in to my Flosstube channel. I really appreciate you. I know that we don't have a lot of time in our day to sit and stitch, and that it's very precious to us. So it means a lot to me that you would spend it with me and my very silly purchases. So until next time, thank you so much. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Bye.